Hello everyone. In this lesson, we are going to look at finding angular distance or angle difference between latitudes or longitudes. Now, to find the angle difference between points, you need the knowledge of a compass or number line. Here is an example that I've drawn for you, which is more of a compass in a circle to represent the Earth's surface. And inside there, I've put a compass and marked some points A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. From what you can see, there's west and east. So the numbers that are along the west and east axis, they represent the longitudes. The numbers that are from north to south or south to north, they represent the latitudes. So let me show you what I mean. These lines here, they represent latitudes. These ones that are coming this side, they represent longitudes. Now let's try to see what do we mean when we say angular distance or difference between latitudes or longitudes. Let's say, for instance, I pick the point B and A. So what is the amount of angle which is between A and B? I am going to subtract 30 degrees, which is at B, from 65 degrees, which is at A. So when I say 65 minus 30 degrees, what is the answer? That is 35 degrees. Therefore, the angular difference in latitudes between point A and B is 35 degrees. What if I say between the point F and I? F and I, they are longitudes, okay? So angular distance between longitudes. As you can see, F is on longitude 65 degrees west and I is on longitude 65 degrees east. So what is the amount of angle which is between these two longitudes? When the longitudes or latitudes you are working with, they are on the same side, you subtract them. You subtract the smaller number from a bigger number. For example, if you are given two longitudes and those two longitudes, they are all on the west of the prime meridian, then it means they are on the same side. So you subtract the smaller longitude from the bigger one. If the two longitudes you are given, one is on the west of the prime meridian and another one is on the east of the prime meridian, then you add the amount of angles of those two longitudes. Same applies to the latitudes, okay? Now, here's another thing you have to know. When you are calculating angle distance between latitudes, which values are you going to use to subtract or add for you to find them? So when you are finding angular distance between latitudes, you use the angles of longitudes those 2 points are, okay? So let's say, for instance, I pick this point here. This point is 30 degrees north and 30 degrees west, the longitude. So if I want to find angular distance between this point, let's say this is point R, and another point here, which can be point P. So we are told to find angular distance between these 2 points. You use the value of this longitude and this longitude to find the angular distance. So which longitude is this? This one is 30 degrees west and this one is 30 degrees east. So you get the value of this longitude and this one. Then are they on the same side? No. So you add. So it will be 30 plus 30 is equal to 60 degrees. What if you are working along longitudes? You want to find the angle difference of points that are along a longitude. So let's say we have a point R, P, And then here, I'll say, okay, this is Q. So find the angle difference between the point R and Q. What will be the answer? For longitudes, take the value of a latitude of 1 point. So for Q, what is the value of the latitude on Q? This is 65 degrees. What about the value of R, the latitude? It's 30 degrees. So are they on the same side of the equator? No. Therefore, I am going to add 30 and 65. Finally, QR, the angle difference, it will be 65 plus 30, which is 95 degrees. That is what we mean when we say finding angular distance between latitudes, use the angles of longitudes. Those points are along that particular latitude. When finding angular distance between longitudes, use angles of latitudes. Those points are along that particular longitude. Now, here is an example of how you can calculate angular distance between the points that you can be given. Here are the final solutions. Okay? So, in the next lesson, we are going to look at how to calculate for distance along great circles.